Hi guys! Today we're gonna talk about Pilav because Pilav is my favorite dish in Chorsu. So what is Pilav? Exactly, what is Pilav? It is a rice dish cooked with meat, vegetables, spices and many other small additions depending on the culture and the region. It sounds pretty simple today, but for thousands of years, this technique where each grain of rice should be separated without any clumping was revolutionary. Indeed, pilaf is considered as one of the oldest known rice dishes in the world cuisine. So let's talk about origins of this delicious meal because they are really interesting to discuss. Where did pilaf come from? Many historians agree that pilaf originated in ancient Persia around 5th century BCE. It is believed that Persian people were first to develop the idea of cooking rice in a fat and then simmering it in a broth so that rice stays separate. Also, and very interestingly, the word pilaf itself comes from the Persian word palo or palov that really reinforces this fact. Similarly, the earliest documented recipe for pilaf comes from the 10th century Persian scholar Abu Ali ibn Sina or Avicenna as he is known in Western countries. In his book on medical sciences, he dedicated an entire section to various dishes, including pilaf. In doing so, he described advantages and disadvantages of every single item to prepare this food for human health. Accordingly, Abu Ali ibn Sina is considered as the father of pilaf because he made a huge contribution to spread the popularity of this delicious meal to a Western world. Another very prominent and historical figure that made his contributions to the spread of pilaf is Alexander the Great himself. Yes, the legendary Macedonian conqueror who expanded his empire from Greece to India. It is believed that around 4th century BCE, Alexander was so impressed by the recipe of pilaf that after a military campaign in the region of ancient Samarkand and Sogdiana, he brought the recipe of pilaf back to his hometown, Macedonia. Also, similar kind of stories exist among Turkish and Eastern Iranian societies, but they claim that Alexander brought the recipe of pilaf, not the opposite. However, these kind of stories are indeed considered as folkloric and a little bit apocryphal. Similarly, pilaf is believed to be consumed in ancient Byzantine Empire and in the Republic of Venice, implying that indeed pilaf is one of the oldest dishes across the world. Now, let's talk about the cultural heritage of pilaf. To start with, pilaf did not just stay in Persia and in ancient Samarkand. Travelers, tourists, foreigners, traders, and even soldiers carried this dish across the Silk Road for hundreds and hundreds of years, where subsequently pilaf has reached regions like Caucasus and Balkans, where each region added their own spices and flavors, making pilaf even richer. Central Asia, of course, where in Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan, plov, as people call there, has become a national dish. India, where it subsequently transformed into pulao or biryani. And even Turkey, where in Ottoman Empire, pilaf has become a royal dish. Whenever pilaf has went, it adapted but never lost its value and identity. In Central Asian countries, including Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and of course Uzbekistan, pilaf is commonly called osh or plov. And out of these 5 countries, it is certainly that Uzbekistan that has become the most closely associated country with this beloved meal. So let's get stick into it. In Uzbekistan, you can find 3 main types of osh, pilaf. The first is Samarkand pilaf, Tashkent pilaf, and Vodi pilaf. Out of these three, I would say my favorite one is Vadi Pilav, because only in Vadi Pilav honey is added and the taste of Vadi Pilav gets a little sweetie, which I really like. And in our course book particularly, you can see the picture of Vadi Pilav. In Chorsu, you can easily find two types of pilav, Vadi and Tashkent Pilav. But it gets quite difficult to find Samarkand Pilav because Samarkand Pilav is really difficult to cook. And if you visit not Chorsu but Samarkand, you would definitely find this, but unfortunately not in Chorsu. In Chorsu, Pilav is prepared in two sessions, at the mornings and at the afternoons. So these two are the best time to visit to eat some osh and to enjoy this meal. So now let's talk about cultural significance of Pilav to an Uzbek people. I would describe three main examples that clearly demonstrates how Pilav is important to Uzbek people. First is Mehman Osha, which means the guests Pilav. Mehman Osha is when guest is invited to a host's house and hosts are required to serve them a pilav, delicious pilav, because pilav is a symbol of hospitality and friendship. The more richer, the more beautiful pilav gets, more respect they demonstrate to a guests. And no matter your religion, race, nationality, everything, if you're a guest in Uzbekistan, expect that you will be served a delicious pilav. Another example is Nahar Osha, which literally means morning pilav in Uzbekistan. It is a special event dedicated to weddings, charity, just get-togethers, everything. But the key is that this pilav, this meal should be served at the morning. Typically, the event starts from sunrise and it happens until 10 p.m. But in reality, it's not that long because people need to go there. And colleagues, friends, neighbors, every kind of acquaintances are invited and are welcomed in the Nahor Osha, morning pilav. And the third one, I would say the most important one, is of course Payshanbe Kune Osha. Payshanbe Kune Osha means Thursday's pilav. Why Thursday, you might be interested? Because Thursday is a bridge between Wednesday and Friday. Friday is a celebratory day for Muslim people, and majority of Uzbek people are Muslim in Uzbekistan. So it kind of gives the vibe of preparation for a Friday day, because Friday is celebrated. And at the evening of Thursday, you can expect that like majority of families in Uzbekistan eat osh to get relaxed, to talk with someone very close, to talk with family, talk about anything but with pilav. So now you know how important pilav is for Uzbek culture. And for the conclusion, I want to state the fact that Uzbek pilav was inscribed in the list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity list in 2016 by UNESCO. It is really interesting for me. I would absolutely agree with UNESCO. So thank you for attention. And now you know how pilav is important, how pilav originated, and a lot of interesting facts about it. Please subscribe.